Kathmandu Valley, the heart and capital region of Nepal, is a city where history lives in every corner. Surrounded by hills, it is known for its ancient temples, palaces, and rich cultural heritage. Even though it is densely populated and busy, the valley still hides countless treasures waiting to be explored, from peaceful courtyards and traditional markets to sacred sites like Pashupatinath and Swayambhunath. Kathmandu is not just a city, it is a living museum of history, culture, and spiritual beauty. Standing peacefully on a green hill lies one of Nepal's oldest and most sacred spiritual sites, Swayambhunath Stupa. Often called the Monkey Temple, this ancient monument is not just a place of worship, but a symbol of faith, history, and harmony. The history of Swayambhunath goes back more than 2,000 years. According to ancient legends, the Kathmandu Valley was once a large lake. In the center of this lake, a beautiful lotus flower bloomed, shining with a divine light. This light was believed to be self-created, or Swayambhu, which means self-existent. Later, the great sage Manjushri is said to have cut a passage through the hills to drain the lake and make the valley livable. The lotus then turned into a hill, and on that very spot, the Swayambhunath Stupa was built to honor the sacred light. Over the centuries, kings and devotees continued to preserve and expand this holy place. Today, it stands as one of the most important religious sites in Nepal for both Buddhists and Hindus, showing a beautiful example of unity between the two faiths. As you climb the long stone staircase to the top, you are welcomed by fluttering prayer flags, spinning prayer wheels, and the playful presence of monkeys that have lived here for generations. The climb may feel long, but each step brings a sense of peace and anticipation. At the top, the magnificent white dome of the stupa comes into view. Above it rises the golden spire, painted with the all-seeing eyes of Lord Buddha, looking in every direction, a symbol of wisdom and awareness. The calm atmosphere, the scent of incense, and the soft sound of prayers create a deeply spiritual experience. From here, you can see the entire Kathmandu Valley stretching far into the distance. The view is breathtaking, a mix of ancient temples, busy streets, and modern buildings, all surrounded by hills. During sunrise or sunset, the valley looks especially magical. Around the stupa, you will find small shrines, statues, monasteries, and devotees walking slowly in prayer. Some spin the prayer wheels, some light butter lamps, and others sit quietly in meditation. The place feels alive with faith, tradition, and devotion. Swayambhunath is not just a historical monument. It is a living story of Nepal's culture, belief, and spirituality. For visitors, it offers not only a glimpse into ancient history but also a moment of peace above the busy city below. High above the busy Kathmandu Valley, Swayambhunath stands as a peaceful symbol of faith and history. As visitors climb the stone steps, they are welcomed by fluttering prayer flags, spinning wheels, and the calm presence of devotees in prayer. From the top, the entire valley stretches below, blending ancient temples with modern life. Even in a crowded city, Swayambhunath offers a quiet space for reflection, spirituality, and a beautiful view of Nepal's timeless culture. Boudhanath Stupa, also known as Buddha or Boudhanath, is one of the most sacred and iconic Buddhist monuments in the world. Located in Kathmandu, Nepal, this magnificent stupa stands as a symbol of peace, wisdom, and spiritual devotion. Rising above the busy city, it has been a center of faith, meditation, and culture for centuries. The history of Boudhanath dates back to around the 5th century during the Licchavi period. It is believed that the stupa was built by King Manadeva, although many legends surround its origin. One popular story says that a poor widow requested permission from the king to build a shrine, and through her determination and faith, the stupa was completed. Over time, it became one of the most important pilgrimage sites for Buddhists. The structure itself carries deep spiritual meaning. The large white dome represents the earth and the path to enlightenment. Above it stands a golden tower with the all-seeing eyes of Buddha looking in all 4 directions. These eyes symbolize wisdom, awareness, and compassion for all living beings. Between the eyes, there is a symbol that looks like a nose but actually represents the number 1 in Nepali, showing unity and the path to spiritual awakening. Colorful prayer flags stretch from the top of the stupa to the ground, carrying prayers into the wind. Around the base, rows of prayer wheels spin as devotees walk in a clockwise direction, chanting mantras. This act of walking around the stupa is known as kora and is believed to bring peace, good karma, and spiritual blessings. Boudhanath is not only a religious monument but also a cultural heart for Tibetan Buddhism. After Tibet was occupied in the 1950s, many Tibetan refugees settled around the stupa. Today, the area is filled with monasteries, shops, and homes that reflect strong Tibetan traditions. Monks in maroon robes can often be seen praying, meditating, and studying here. Every day, thousands of people visit Boudhanath. Pilgrims come to pray and seek peace, while tourists come to admire its beauty and history. It is estimated that hundreds of thousands of visitors come each year, making it one of the most visited heritage sites in Nepal. During special festivals like Buddha Jayanti in Losar, the Tibetan New Year, the stupa becomes even more vibrant with lights, music, and large gatherings of devotees. The stupa has also survived difficult times. In 2015, a powerful earthquake damaged parts of Boudhanath. However, with the support of local communities and international devotees, it was carefully restored. Today, it stands strong once again, shining as a symbol of hope and unity. As the sun rises and sets, the golden spire glows beautifully against the sky. The sound of prayer chants, the spinning of wheels, and the gentle movement of flags create a peaceful and spiritual atmosphere. People from different countries, religions, and cultures come here not only to pray but also to feel calm and connected. Boudhanath Stupa is more than just a monument. It is a living place of faith, history, and human connection. For centuries, it has brought people together in prayer and reflection. Even today, it continues to inspire millions with its message of peace, compassion, and harmony. Kathmandu, the wooden pavilion that gave Kathmandu its name, is a historic masterpiece dating back to the 7th century. Legend says it was built from a single tree during the reign of King Laxmi Narsingh Malla and served as a vital rest house for ancient traders. As a UNESCO World Heritage Site, it was fully restored in 2022 using traditional techniques, standing once again as the soul of Nepal's capital. Look closely at these hand-carved masterpieces, the soul of traditional newer craftsmanship. Every inch of this aged timber tells a story, featuring intricate deities and sacred motifs that have stood for centuries in the heart of the city. This isn't just decoration, it's a sacred language of devotion. These carvings are the very reason Kathmandu Durbar Square is a UNESCO treasure, showcasing a level of detail so precise it was all achieved by hand. It's a living testament to the capital's unrivaled artistic legacy. Towering over the bustling streets of Maru, this is Kathmandu Temple, once the tallest and most sacred structure in Kathmandu Durbar Square. Built in the 16th century by King Mahendra Malla, it honors the royal deity Kathmandu Bhawani. Standing on a massive 12-stage plinth, this architectural marvel remains a powerful symbol of Nepal's divine history and royal heritage. Bhagawati Temple near Hanuman Doka is believed to have been built in the early 18th century, most often linked to King Jagajaya Malla, though its history is also connected to the legacy of Pratap Malla. Dedicated to goddess Durga, it reflects royal devotion, power, and fine Newari craftsmanship. This is Kathmandu Durbar Square, a UNESCO World Heritage Site in the heart of the city. At the center stands the 17th century Maju Deval Temple, known for its tall red steps and classic Newari pagoda style. Once a royal palace area, it remains a vibrant cultural and historical hub. Though King Pratap Malla installed the Kal Bhairav statue here in the 17th century, historians believe the stone sculpture itself dates back to the 5th or 6th century Licchavi period. Legend says it was discovered buried in a paddy field and then enshrined in Kathmandu Durbar Square. In the heart of Kathmandu's Hanuman Doka, a 17th century masterpiece stands as a unique sacred mandala, the Panchamukhi Hanuman Temple. Built by King Pratap Malla, its rare 5 circular tiered roofs represent divine protection for the kingdom through the 5 faces of Lord Hanuman, including the lion, eagle, and boar. This hidden gem of Malla-era artistry remains a restricted sanctuary where only priests may enter, standing as a timeless guardian of Nepal's spiritual heritage. Step into Hanuman Doka, the living soul of Kathmandu's history, where every corner whispers tales of kings and gods. You will see ancient wood carvings and pigeons taking flight over pagoda roofs, but more importantly, you will feel a profound sense of timeless devotion that has survived for centuries. From the sacred Panchamukhi temple to the majestic Gadi Baithak, it is more than just a palace, it is a journey through Nepal's spiritual heritage. Come, witness the magic of the Malla era and find yourself in the heart of our culture. Here rises Bhaktapur, the smallest of Nepal's 3 royal capitals, resting gracefully at an altitude of 1,401 meters. Known locally as Kopa, this city is not a relic of history, it is history, still breathing. At first light, as the sun touches the red brick facades, Bhaktapur awakens slowly. The narrow alleyways echo with the soft rhythm of footsteps. Women sweep courtyards that have been cleaned the same way for centuries. Potters spin their wheels in quiet concentration. The scent of incense drifts through the air, mingling with the earthy aroma of clay and ancient timber. Established as early as the 8th century, Bhaktapur flourished during the golden age of the Malla kingdom. For nearly 3 centuries, a powerful lineage of kings transformed this city into a masterpiece of sacred design, art, and urban planning. It was crafted deliberately in the symbolic shape of a conch shell, an auspicious emblem in Hindu cosmology representing cosmic sound and divine creation. The city's grandeur reached such significance that in 1979, its historic core was inscribed as a UNESCO World Heritage Site, preserving not just monuments, but a living civilization. The soul of Bhaktapur lies in its people, the Newars. With a population of around 80,000 residents, this community continues to practice traditions that stretch back hundreds of years. Festivals here are not staged performances for visitors, they are authentic expressions of faith, identity, and communal harmony. During Biscuit Jatra, massive chariots thunder through the streets, pulled by hundreds of devotees in a dramatic tug-of-war between divine forces. As you step into Kathmandu Square, your eyes are drawn upward to the magnificent Nepal Temple, the tallest pagoda in Nepal, rising 5 stories into the sky. Built in 1702 under King Bhupitendra Malla, this temple stands not only as an architectural triumph but as a symbol of resilience. Guarded by stone figures of warriors, elephants, lions, griffins, and goddesses, each said to be 10 times stronger than the one below, Nepal has withstood devastating earthquakes that reduced other monuments to rubble. Facing it stands the fierce and commanding Bhaktapur Temple, dedicated to Bhairab, the terrifying manifestation of Shiva. Local legend tells that Nepal was constructed to pacify Bhairab's restless power, believed to cause tremors and misfortune. It is said the king himself carried the first brick, inspiring unity and devotion among his people. Every strut, every window, every carved doorway in Bhaktapur tells a story. These are not mere decorations, they are theological blueprints carved in wood. Thousands of deities, mythical beasts, celestial dancers, and protective spirits inhabit the architecture. The famed 55-window palace showcases some of the most intricate woodwork in the entire Himalayan region, while the legendary Golden Gate gleams as a masterpiece of repoussé metal art. But Bhaktapur is more than its monuments. It is the rhythm of daily life unfolding in brick-paved squares. Farmers still carry harvests from terraced fields that once connected India and Tibet through ancient trade routes. Traditional yogurt known as juju dao is prepared using time-honored methods passed down through generations. Children play in courtyards framed by temples older than many nations. In 1934 and again in 2015, powerful earthquakes shook the valley. Many structures were damaged, some collapsed entirely. Yet the spirit of Bhaktapur endured. Restoration became an act of devotion, each brick replaced with reverence, each beam restored with memory. The city did not surrender to disaster, it rebuilt itself with the same patience that shaped it centuries ago. Today, more than 300,000 international visitors arrive each year. Yet despite global attention, Bhaktapur remains deeply rooted in its identity. Here, modernity moves quietly. The medieval world is not preserved behind glass, it is lived. As dusk settles over the valley, temple bells echo across the rooftops. Oil lamps flicker against carved windows. The Himalayas stand silently in the distance, watching over a city that has survived kingdoms, trade empires, and natural calamities. Bhaktapur is not merely a destination. It is a sanctuary of time, where history breathes, faith endures, and every brick carries a memory. In the quiet rhythm of turning clay, a story begins. Rough earth, pressed between steady palms, slowly rises into form. The wheel spins in silence, guided not by force, but by memory, generations of touch passed from hand to hand. Every curve shaped with patience, every line formed with care. Outside, the great stone wheel turns as well. An elder leans into his craft, shaping wet clay into tall vessels that stand proud and strong. Behind him, rows of finished pots rest against wooden walls, proof that tradition is not rushed. It is earned. Nearby, the clay finds its final expression. Rows of terracotta pots sit in warm sunlight, identical yet unique, each carrying the fingerprint of its maker. What was once earth is now purpose, ready to hold water, grain, life itself. An elderly woman gently smooths the surface of a freshly shaped vessel. Surrounded by her work, she moves with calm precision. This is more than labor, it is devotion. The knowledge in her hands cannot be learned from books. It lives in practice, in repetition, in quiet dedication. Across the courtyard, wood is carved with equal focus. A craftsman bends over his work, chiseling detail into timber. Each strike is measured. Each shaving that falls to the ground brings the design closer to life. Beside him, women spin thread on traditional wheels, drawing fine strands from raw fiber. The spinning hums softly, a steady reminder that culture survives through motion. Paintbrushes dance across canvas, filling sacred forms with color. Deities emerge from blank space, outlined with precision and faith. Every stroke carries symbolism, every detail holds meaning. And finally, stone yields beneath hammer and chisel. Dust rises as patterns appear, transforming solid rock into intricate design. Here, art is not performance. It is preservation. From clay to wood, from thread to paint, from stone to spirit, these hands shape more than objects. They shape heritage, and in their rhythm, a nation's story continues to breathe. Pashupatinath Temple, located in Kathmandu, Nepal, is one of the most sacred Hindu temples in the world. Dedicated to Lord Shiva, it stands on the banks of the holy Bhagmati River and holds deep spiritual and cultural importance for millions of devotees. The temple complex is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, known for its beautiful pagoda-style architecture, ancient shrines, and sacred cremation ghats. Hindus from across the world visit this holy place to pray, seek blessings, and perform final rituals for loved ones. Pashupatinath is not just a temple, but a powerful symbol of faith, devotion, and Nepal's rich religious heritage. Pilgrims believe that worshipping at Pashupatinath brings peace, spiritual strength, and liberation of the soul. During festivals like Mahashivaratri, thousands gather here, creating a powerful atmosphere of devotion, prayer, and ancient tradition that reflects the heart of Hindu culture, brings peace, spiritual strength, and liberation of the soul. In the sacred surroundings of Pashupatinath, Babas and sannyasi come in search of peace, devotion, and liberation. They leave behind worldly life to dedicate themselves to Lord Shiva through meditation, prayer, and simple living. For them, this holy place is not just a temple, but a path to spiritual awakening. The origin of Pashupatinath is connected to an ancient legend. It is believed that Lord Shiva once took the form of a deer and wandered in the forests of Kathmandu to live quietly. When the gods discovered him, one of his horns broke and turned into the sacred Shiva lingam that is worshipped today. Over time, a temple was built around this divine site, believed to have existed for many centuries and later rebuilt in its present form in the 17th century. Because of this deep faith and mythology, sannyasi are drawn to Pashupatinath, believing that prayers and meditation here bring them closer to spiritual freedom, purpose, and inner truth. At the holy Bhagmati River near Pashupatinath, devotees cleanse themselves, believing the sacred water purifies body and soul. Pashupatinath Temple stands as a masterpiece of ancient Nepali architecture, beautifully carved with detailed wooden and stone art. Every sculpture and doorway reflects deep spiritual meaning and centuries-old craftsmanship. The sacred atmosphere, the sound of bells, and the presence of devotees create a powerful sense of peace and devotion. For Hindus, Pashupatinath is not just a temple, but a place to connect with Lord Shiva and seek blessings for life and beyond. As the smoke rises slowly along the sacred Bhagmati River, the final rites, known as Daha Sanskar, are performed with deep faith and devotion. In Hindu belief, this ritual returns the body to the 5 natural elements and helps the soul continue its journey toward peace and liberation. For families, it is a moment of farewell, prayer, and acceptance. For visitors, witnessing this can be emotional and powerful. It reminds us that life is temporary, fragile, and precious. The silence, the prayers, and the fire create a space for deep reflection. Many people feel a sense of humility and understanding here, a realization that beyond all success and struggle, life ultimately returns to nature. Pashupatinath is not only a place of worship, but also a place that teaches the true meaning of life, death, and the spiritual journey in between. Welcome to Lalitpur, the ancient city of art located in the southern part of the Kathmandu Valley, just across the Bhagmati River from Kathmandu. At its heart lies the magnificent Patan Durbar Square, a historic royal complex once ruled by the Malla kings and celebrated for its remarkable Newari architecture and artistic heritage. Among its most iconic monuments stands the stunning Krishna Mandir, a unique stone temple built in 1637 by Siddhi Narsingh Malla, one of the most influential rulers of Patan. Inspired by the temples of northern India, this Shikara-style structure was constructed entirely from stone and dedicated to Lord Krishna. Surrounded by intricately carved wooden temples, sacred statues, and historic courtyards, Patan Durbar Square reflects centuries of devotion, culture, and craftsmanship. Today, as locals, pilgrims, and visitors walk through these timeless streets, Patan continues to preserve and celebrate the rich cultural heritage of Nepal. Standing gracefully in the heart of Patan Durbar Square, the magnificent Krishna Mandir showcases extraordinary stone craftsmanship rarely seen in Nepal. Its elegant tiers, finely carved pillars, and golden pinnacle rise proudly above the historic square, symbolizing devotion and artistic excellence. Surrounded by traditional courtyards, sacred statues, and centuries-old temples, this architectural masterpiece reflects the deep spiritual life and cultural richness of Lalitpur, where history continues to live through everyday rituals and timeless traditions. Framing the skyline of Patan Durbar Square, the elegant wooden temples and monuments reveal the brilliance of traditional Newari craftsmanship. Intricately carved struts support the wide pagoda roofs, each detail telling stories of gods, legends, and daily life from centuries past. Nearby stands the historic Bhimsen Temple, dedicated to the guardian deity of trade and commerce. For generations, merchants and locals have gathered here to seek prosperity and protection, making this square not just a monument of history, but a living cultural heart of Lalitpur. Within the historic courtyards of Patan Durbar Square, remarkable craftsmanship appears in every corner. Ornate wooden Taranas display sacred figures and symbolic patterns, reflecting the deep artistic tradition of the newer people. Nearby, beautifully carved stone pillars support ancient temple structures, demonstrating the engineering brilliance of the Malla era. Rising above the square, the statue of Garuda kneels in devotion, facing the sacred Krishna Mandir, symbolizing faith, protection, and centuries of living heritage in Lalitpur. Beneath the temples of Patan Durbar Square, extraordinary wooden carvings reveal the artistic genius of the newer craftsmen. Every beam, window, and strut is carefully carved with detailed figures of gods, guardians, and mythical creatures, reflecting centuries of devotion, skill, and cultural heritage. These masterpieces were created during the time of the Siddhi Narasimha Malla and other Malla rulers, whose patronage helped transform this city into a center of art and architecture. Today, visitors and historians from across the world travel to Lalitpur to admire these intricate works of woodcraft, making this ancient square not only a monument of history but also a living museum of Nepal's timeless craftsmanship. Overlooking the historic city of Lalitpur, the timeless charm of Patan Durbar Square continues to thrive. Ancient temples, busy streets, and traditional courtyards blend history with everyday life. Standing proudly in the square is the magnificent Krishna Mandir, a masterpiece of stone architecture from the Malla period. Today, this UNESCO World Heritage Site welcomes visitors from across the world to witness Nepal's living heritage and remarkable craftsmanship. If you enjoyed this journey, please like, share, and subscribe, and press the bell icon to stay updated with new videos.